Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening to the UKers. What's happening, everyone? Holy crap, what a mess. It's not really a mess, but it's just been crazy, crazy busy. So if you are watching this live, it is December 15th. And tomorrow I head back to Massachusetts to hang out with my kids for Christmas, which is great. But in order to do that and relax a little bit, I've had to kind of front load everything and get everything done before I leave. So that involves doing basically 2 weeks worth of work before everything. So it's been crazy. So it's been right up to the wire. So anyway, I didn't want to miss this feed. I have some fun stuff to work on, some holiday type stuff to work on, and yeah, and that's what I got. So not a whole bunch of show and tell or anything. We're just going to kind of dive into it. So it's going to be a relatively shorter feed. I think I'm going to go for about an hour, and then I'm going to cut out because I still have to pack all this stuff up. So I'm taking all my paints with me just in case I need them. So in order to do that, I got to break down the bench. So anyway, all right, let's swap over and we will get going. I'll see who's on and say hello to everyone and put that on and all that fun stuff. All right. Awesome. Okay. So what we have here is this. If you were here on the Monday night feed, this is the Carrie. What's up, buddy? So if you're here on the Monday night feed, I started this ornament for my mother-in-law, thinking it was her that gave it to me. But what it really turned out was right before the feed, I found out that it was my lovely sister-in-law that gave me this. So what I did was I wasn't real happy with what was going on Monday. I wanted it to look like cloth and quilt, and it ended up looking more like embossed leather, which is fine. It's nice. That's how you learn new techniques. Like if I ever need to do embossed leather, now I know how to do that. But what I was looking for was cloth, and it really wasn't heading that way. And then all in all, since it turned out to be my sister-in-law Lorianne that sent it to me, I'm like, you know what, let's just switch it all up and we will send the ornament to her, but we'll do it in something with her style. Dan, what's up, buddy? Travis, what's going on, man? So that's kind of what I was thinking on this. So since Monday, what I did was I can move you guys over a little bit. Yeah, that's much better. I'm going to be using my tablet, which is normally what I look at comments with, so I'm going to have to bounce back and forth between the laptop, which is off to the right, so it's a little bit harder for me to see, but I'll try to grab all your comments. If you have any questions or whatever, just fire them out there, and we'll get going. Before I forget, if you are watching this live or within the next 15 days, the code on the website is still valid. I put a comment up. This will save you 30% off everything on the store, including all the originals. So there's a lot of fun stuff on there. I put a few holiday type things on there too. So take advantage of that before the end of the year. All right. So what I've done is, you can see the brown that I sprayed for Monday. And again, it didn't work out so well. So what I did was to get rid of that. It was really easy. I just ended up respraying the whole thing with Autoborn Sealer White, which is that primer type white from Createx, which I love so much. What I was thinking about doing was, while my mother-in-law is an accomplished everything that has to do with a needle, seamstress, quilter, all that kind of fun stuff, I was going to make this look like a quilt. My sister-in-law is a computer head, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of make this more computery, robot-y, circuit boardy. So that's what we got. So what I was thinking about doing was having this part of it very robotic on the outside. I'm going to add a bunch of details that make this look more like a robot. And then you notice how the silver stops right here. So I'm going to have the kind of silver, almost like aluminum foil, crinkled up. And then underneath on his leg and the bottom of this leg will all be circuit boards. So I thought that would be really fun. And it's something that she can hang up. So I sprayed the whole thing white to get rid of all the brown. And then this silver here is Autoborn Silver, which is really neat. Do I have it right here? Yeah, I do. So it's Autoborn Sealer, but it's silver, and it's got a really neat look. So this is as strong as this. It's just one of the other sealers that they offer. So that's kind of what I did there, and that got it going. I'm going to put a pretty harsh line on here to separate it, but I just ghosted in the silver along, I stopped it right there. I just kind of blew it in more than it would have been. Simon Carter, what's up? Excellent. Yeah, Simon, thank you. I should have been more clear that I thought I'd be going live. It was funny, too, because I was running around this morning getting everything ready to take off tomorrow. And, I'm in the studio and I'm doing stuff. And I'm like, I should keep track of the time because, you got to go live at 1. I look down and it's like 15 minutes away. I'm like, oh, okay. So, all right. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do the robot part because I haven't really figured this out. I haven't figured anything out, actually. I stopped painting. I did the last. So when I said I was getting ready to bail out and I had to do all the stuff beforehand for the next 2 weeks to kind of give myself some, breathing room when I'm home, I did all of the 543s for the rest of the year. So I did, including Monday, this past Monday, I did 15 543s in a week. It was insane. It was fun. I have some great stuff to show you guys over the next 2 weeks, but it was insane. So I did that. Those ornaments that you saw, those were within that week too. So I got all 10 ornaments done. I got all the shipping out. I still will be able to ship while I'm in Massachusetts. So if you do order something, you'll still get it. This week, tomorrow is the cutoff for Christmas time. So if you're thinking about getting something for someone else, it's almost too late. In fact, I would say it is too late now, because while I'll be able to get it out on Monday, I could certainly overnight it for you. We can talk about that if you want something like that. But for regular, normal shipping, pretty much today was it. What else? So yeah, so if you want something and you want it still shipped, I can still get it out before Christmas and all that fun stuff. So feel free to order away. All right. What I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of lightly mask this. I don't have to be super crazy because I can go back over the silver with more Autoborn silver. So I'm just going to take some of this KUTG gold, which if you saw this week's Tech Tuesday, it was all about the KUTG gold. Franz, what is up? Around the globe. I love it. I love it that you guys are here. This is awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I'll back up a little bit so I can show you guys what I'm doing. So what I've done is I'm going to just kind of cut out a ragged edge, semi-ragged, because, I'm going to want it kind of, I don't want to go nuts here. I don't want it to look like a piece of tin foil. So I'm just going to kind of cut out a semi-ragged edge here. It's so much easier to do this on the cutting mat than to cut on the object. This is plaster, so it's really easy to scratch into it. So I don't want to cut on the, I don't want to put the tape on and then cut it. So by doing this, I can just kind of cut it separately. And then not worry about that. Paul, what's up? Honey Rivera, what's happening? Yeah, I got to lean over and see all you guys. So, but that's okay. I like that. That's fun. All right, this goes here. Now what I want to do is, so I just sprayed that Autoborn sealer down to about here, but I want to make sure that what's exposed, I want to see the sealer throughout this, because I don't want white. When I pull this, I don't want to see any white. Like if I masked it right on that fade, it would be a problem. Actually, I can't do that because I got to get that hand in there too. So this might not even be long enough. Oh, I know. Yeah, I can't do that. All right. See, I had the fade on this hand right here. You know what I'll do? I will fix that after. So I'm just going to go below it, like about here. Yeah, that'll work. That'll give me 2 legs with circuit boards on them. I may actually leave that. I don't know. So there we go. That looks good. It doesn't have to be, again, it doesn't have to be perfect because I can fill the other side of it with the silver when I'm done. The other thing I'm going to do as soon as I get back, and I noticed this on Open Studio, so I've also recorded all the Open Studios and all the Tech Tuesdays for the rest of the year. So those are going to go off as planned, but I had to film them in advance. So what I noticed was I have the, can you guys see it? Not really. So this is the, I'll give you the big shot. So this is the Visionaire setup that I have. It's working out amazingly. What you can't see is it goes up up to a bar that goes across the top here too. So the camera mount, this guy here, is actually mounted to the bar above. So the only problem with that is this camera is really nice and it's sensitive. The way the table is, if I actually if I hit it, it'll wiggle the whole thing, and even a slight wiggle will show in the close-up camera. So I got to mount this camera from the ceiling to get it to not wiggle. So that's the only adjustment that I need to make here. Hello, that's not the right camera though. That's the right camera. So watch when I actually, let me put this back on so you can see I'm right here. If I grab the Visionaire, like the main station, and I just kind of like wiggle it and then let go, everything still wiggles. So I gotta straighten that up. I can shore this up with another brace, maybe a couple braces, but I think the ideal thing is to get this camera totally off the Visionaire setup. So just leave the lights on it and the other things. So hopefully that makes sense. What else we got? What else we got? Terminator Gingerbread, yes. That's awesome. Enzo, what's up, buddy? Enzo, that's what I want to hear. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell, but yes, Enzo, I already know what this good news is. That is the best holiday present ever. Oh, I like that, Enzo. I love that. That makes me happy. I'm just looking through the comments, sorry. Yeah, I wish I had, I actually could probably use my phone. I'm going to do that. That's probably easier. I mean, logged onto Facebook in like 3 different devices. They're going to love me. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Seriously. Yep. Yep. Okay, that works. So now I can get your comments a little bit faster. Okay, so I've got that masked off. Now I'm going to use green to, actually I'm going to probably block this off with, no, I'll just use the opaque green because it'll cover the silver and the white. But I don't want to leave just this tape right here. If I do that, it's definitely going to, you know, leave a, its overspray is going to get on the rest of the silver, and I don't even want to take that chance. So I'm just going to mask that off real quick. And again, I'm going to use the KUTG Gold. It's nice because it's adhesive enough, you know what I mean? It sticks really well, but it doesn't stick so well that it'll run the risk of pulling anything off. So I'm just going to kind of tape it to itself, not really pushing down on the ornament. Again, the silver sealer and the white, the regular, all the base coat sealers just really adhere really well, but I'm not going to take the chance of like burnishing this down and then pulling stuff up. So I should probably finish the job there too. Around the side here. I just don't want to get a bunch of green to have to clean up after. Okay. So for green, I need a circuit boardy green. Do I have it out? I hope I have it out. The phthalo green, the opaque phthalo green is what I'm looking for. Whether I can find it is a whole other thing. Where is my wicked opaque Viridian? Where did it go? Oh well. All right, we have to change our plans a little bit. I can't find my wicked opaque green, so I'm going to have to use the regular phthalo green, which is the same, but it's not as it's obviously not opaque. So what I'm going to do then, in that case, is I'm going to get rid of some of this silver. So because what I don't want is a shiny, candy, silvery green that fades into just a dull green. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit this with wicked opaque white just to get rid of all the silver. And it's not overspray, but it's faded silver, so it's not going to take much to cover it. But it'll just be so much nicer and so much cleaner if I do this quick step. Make sure that's tacked in around the button. So I'm going to burnish it a little bit around the button and around these details down here in his foot. Because again, I don't want, if there's a gap there, I don't want the green to be sneaking up underneath there. Well, again, I can always fix it, but I'd rather not have to fix a whole bunch of stuff. I'd rather just do it once and forget about it. Like that. I hate to dump this out because I put too much in. The green is down there next to the dropped plectrums and 10mm sockets and that missing sock, Simon. You are so right. It's so funny. I don't know if it was, see, I gotta keep like cheat sheet notes on the feeds because I don't remember what I say in which feed. But I mentioned in one of the feeds that I had lost my awesome in the face, perfectly seasoned piece of Scotch-Brite. I think that was on the YouTube feed. So I had to start a new Scotch-Brite pad, and look at, I mean, this is like brand new. It's like super, it's, you know, stiff and whatever. So as I was like kind of stretching out underneath, you know, my feet underneath the Visionaire station here, I felt something, and it turns out to be my super seasoned, awesome in the face piece of Scotch-Brite pad. So to give you an idea how seasoned this is, they are the same Scotch-Brite pad, right? Look at this, look at the thickness on this one, and look at the thickness on this one. It is like, I've been using this for well over a year. And like I said, the nice thing about this one is this is like 800 grit paper. So it scratches like 800 grit paper. This is like 1,000, 1,200 now because it's so, it's like a piece of steel wool, but not steel wool. So it doesn't fall apart or anything. It's just like, this is awesome. And it's soft and it can get around cold. I just love it. Anyway, so I lost it. I was sad. I found it. Everything's good. Twice in one. Yeah, well, no, actually, honey, I shouldn't. This one I cut like this. This one I cut literally. I cut half of the sheet off. So that's how that was originally. Somehow, I don't know. Anyway, all right, white, got that. Green. So this is, since this is regular Wicked Phthalo green, this is a regular Wicked colors. I'm going to add 40/50 to this, and this. I know this seems kind of confusing to people who are getting into this, all this stuff and all this adding stuff. And it's one of the reasons I never wanted to get into automotive paint in the beginning. Everyone was using it because I came into really airbrushing when Craig Fraser was doing all his madness with the chemistry of House of Color. And there was all these different speeds of reducers and intercoats and, you know, just all this. If I felt like you need to be a chemist to work with the stuff, and I'm like, blah, I just want to put it in my brush and go. So I know to some people now, that's what it seems like with the water-based stuff. There's, oh, you know, there's 40/50 and 40/51 and, you know, all this other stuff. But you know what? What I found is once you get the basic stuff into your head, it does make a lot of sense, and it just unleashes you. You're not stuck with, this is all my paint can do, and if it can't do this, then I just gotta do something else because I can't, you know, I'm stuck. But with all the, you know, the different additives they have and the different reducers and everything, there is literally nothing you can't paint on with this stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's worth taking it. No green talk. Gerald has green. Oh, yeah. If Gerald jumps on, I'm sorry, Gerald, but. Oh, today's cheers is coffee because, again, I still have an entire day's worth of stuff to do after this. So I can't relax yet. Everything is normal for next week and the following week. No, everything's normal for next week except for this feed right here. I can't do the feed from Massachusetts on YouTube because I don't want to bring my laptop, and that's the only way I could do it. However, I should be back for the following feed on Thursday. The Monday feeds are normal. I can do those. So if you're missing your live feeds, come by Monday. And again, I've loaded up my YouTube channel, so all the other goodies for YouTube are going to be there. The Open Studio I'm super excited about. I posted a picture of it. You guys, I'm just cleaning out the white, by the way. You're not missing much. I posted a picture of what you saw for Open Studio. The painting, that Harley, is actually up beyond 19. That's after the last episode, which will appear in 2 weeks. So if you want a quick preview of what it looks like, just jump on that. Excellent, Simon. Yeah, like I said, the only one I'm going to miss, Simon, is next Thursday. Plus, I think that's right before Christmas anyway, so that might be after dinner coffee. Did it have Sambuca in it, or did it have Bailey's in it, Franz? How do you do your coffee? All right. Mine is black. It's just black. Oh, I did. Did I tell you you guys? So I have a Keurig here in the studio because it's easy and I don't have to worry about turning it off so it doesn't burn the place down. So I like it. So I went to go get coffee the other day and I buy, Dunkin' Donuts Keurig coffee because I like it and it reminds me of home. And I bought hazelnut. It was so sad. Like, if you like hazelnut coffee, I totally get it. I drink my coffee black, and most of those flavored coffees are not meant to be consumed black. They just taste gross. Hazelnut is one of those. I was so sad. I almost put it in my machine and drank it anyway, but my Keurig would have tasted like hazelnut for the next, 2 years. Plain bitter with milk. Very well done, Franz. Very well done. Cheers to that. All right, so we're cleaned out while I was doing all that talking. So I'm going to put a little bit of phthalo green in here, and this is fairly thick. Let's put a bunch in because we got to make sure we cover this. I don't want to remix this. Okay, and then I'm going to put some 40-50 in it. Now, again, I know this seems crazy, but there are really only 2 components that I use. And I've gone over this, so this is really for people who are fairly new. I don't even have the original bottles here. Oh, I don't have a reducer here either. I have to grab that. So there are 2 products. There's 40-50, which is a UVLS gloss, which is a gloss clear coat. But what I use it for is to re-add strength to the paint. So as I reduce it, it becomes weak. So this 40-50 adds that strength back in, lets it stick better. And then the 40-11 actually reduces it. That's the reducer. For me, there is only one reducer. They do offer others, but you don't even have to pick them up if you're going to be doing kind of what I'm doing. So the 40-11 is the king. And that's it. That's it. There is no science to this. There is a science, sort of, but you can mix. I mean, again, if you over-reduce stuff, it becomes weak, but they have a general recommendation for your mixes, but you can do whatever you want. You can't hurt the stuff. So if you add a bunch of 40-50 to it by itself, it stays thick and it's real transparent. They all do different things, so it's easy. All right, Duncan, Carol me crazy, Paul, see? That might be good in black coffee. All right, so I didn't mention this. This is the 1-to-2 mix, so it's heavy on the 40-50 for what I normally use. So it's 1 part 40-50 and 2 parts reducer. So I'm going to put that in there because, again, I want to really strengthen that up. I'm learning the process now, learning limitations from airbrush to airbrush and how much to reduce for each. And Trevor, that's exactly it. I should have mentioned that, but you did it for me. Which is why I'll tell you guys and girls what I'm doing, but I'll also tell you what kind of airbrushes I'm using, because if I tell you to reduce this stuff, 20-to-1 or 1-to-20, 1 part paint to 20 parts reducer, and you put that through a brush like this, you're going to have a mess. It's just going to be like a fire hose. So Trevor hit it right on the head. It's all about, matching the viscosity up to the brush that you're using. Sweet. All right, so there's the green, and that should be good. Wait, yes, it should be good. All right. So this brush here, I just got this a couple weeks ago. This is a PS289 from Krios. I figured I'd give it a shot since I am waiting on parts for my HPC, my Iwata. So this one has a 0.3 millimeter nozzle and needle set up in it. I can never have enough 0.3 millimeter brushes, so when the HPC went down, I'm like, well, seems like a good time to do it. And yeah, it's been working out pretty well. So Cody Adams, what is up, buddy? All right. This is great because phthalo green is very circuit boardy. This is going to work out well. So just real light coats. What I have is I have a huge advantage that I have Autoborn sealer on here. So say I over reduce this and it's really, really thin. Because I have the Autoborn sealer, it's almost like it's clay-like. It's like it's got micro pores in it. So if I put a really reduced paint on that, that really reduced paint is still going to kind of soak in and hold on. So it's still going to defy, you know, the problems that it should have. But because I have a bunch of 40/50 in this will be bulletproof. I know, honey. Yeah. So what honey's talking about with my YouTube channel is I need to get to the next level for me on this new YouTube channel is to hit 1,000 subs. Once I hit 1,000 subs, then I can go live on a mobile device, which I love that YouTube does that because it keeps just the spam to a minimum. You can't just make a channel and then just start spamming people. So they make you work for it if you wanna go live with a mobile device. So that's my next kind of threshold. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please do. That would be awesome. But yeah, honey, I'm excited. You know, once I get there, it opens up a whole new tier of things, and yeah, looking forward to it. Then I can take the tip jar down off my website. Because that's the other thing too. You can't monetize a channel until you have 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of watched videos. Again, and I like that. That makes sense to me because if it was my platform, I wouldn't want, you know, 1 billion people, not just people, but 1 billion scam accounts, you know, clogging the thing up. Chris, yes, thank you, Chris. Awesome. Yeah, please hit the like button too. Again, algorithms are, you know, a funny thing nowadays. We all try to get the most out of our algorithm attack. I just bought that brush as well. Love the trigger on it. Seems to be longer and gives you more play on how much air you shoot. Yeah, I like Japanese brushes. I think I like Japanese brushes so much because it's the first brush I ever bought was a Japanese brush. So I just have become really, really familiar and comfortable with them. The one thing I took me time to get used to with this brush, and I mentioned this last time, the distance from the cup to the, or actually just even from the trigger to the tip of the airbrush on this brush is really long. I feel like I'm like in the back seat, you know, driving. So that took a little bit of getting used to. So that was a good coat. That's starting to look very circuit boardy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean up the edge anyway, so I'm just gonna hit this. If I had taken a little bit more time, I could have masked that off cleaner, but I'm not overly worried about the edge. Can deal with that after. In fact, had I not had this feed today, I would be doing none of this. I'd be packing up right now. So this is all, you know, this is what happens when I don't have a plan. So a little bit heavy there, that kind of sucks, but yeah, it's all right. So that's the thing, like I don't want to flood it out because this, again, it's transparent, but it builds up pretty dark. So if I flood it out and get a lot of paint in one spot, it becomes very dark there, and it's hard to fix that, really. Okay. Yes, thank you for the like and the sub love. That makes me very happy. It's funny, I watch a few artists on TikTok and I still have no idea what the hell is going on over there. Like I know Kent Lynn has a maybe I mean, maybe I am old. I'm like, wait, I want to watch this guy airbrush, and yet he's having some sort of battle with someone in their living room, and it's not really a battle. It's like people slamming on their phone. They just have to tap on their phone till their fingers bleed, and I'm like, I don't understand why we're doing this. So again, I never felt so much like get off my lawn as I did when I was watching TikTok. So while I do have a TikTok account, and you're more than welcome to go and follow it, I don't have really any plans of making it any bigger. So there you go. Recently bought the Eclipse Takumi. Simon, that's nice. It's obviously a lot like my CS Eclipse. The body is significantly shorter, but all the best characteristics of the Eclipse is still there. Yeah, and that's the there's only a side feed, right, Simon? That's the Takumi Eclipse is a side feed. That was my first brush. My first brush was an Iwata HP SB, which is their. I don't have it here. It's actually in a case on the shelf. Is it? It is. Yeah. So that was my first airbrush side feed. So yeah, I have a soft spot in my heart. Okay, what I've done over here is I've just grabbed a cool picture of a circuit board. I don't essentially know that I'm going to use this one. This has a lot of capacitors and resistors and all that kind of stuff. I wanted more tracing, you know, these little lines right here. So I just grabbed this picture, but who knows. And it goes to a stove, which I think is kind of funny. You know, I was looking for more like, you know, traces like this, but I also want some components in it too. The circuit board, I wish I saved the photo, the reference I got of the copper sound pedal. That was exactly what I kind of want. I do not want something like this. Well, that's awesome. I don't want to kill myself. So, ooh, maybe. This is good, because normally I would have done this all beforehand, but this is good. You kind of get to see me searching through junk, try to find some. Oh, like this. I think I can take components out of this. Just get the feel for this. Basics of PCB design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this photo from whoever they are. Oops. See, that's why I save things, because then I go and do that and I lose it. All right, I'll leave it up for now. But that's kind of what I'm going to use this as kind of a guide here. All right. I think to be less insane about this, I'm going to hand paint a lot of this instead of kind of jump around. Franz received his Krios 771 this week. Yeah, Franz, from what I've heard, that's a really, really nice brush. Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, man. I've never tried a Japanese brush that I didn't like. It's just that the way they manufacture things, their fit and finish, is just like I wish I had an old, like a real Olympus. Like if the day I get to go visit like Gerald, who has an amazing airbrush collection. I just want to hold an Olympus. The Olympus was another Japanese company that was around for a while, and I just want to that will kind of close the Japanese circle for me. That's the Japanese brush I haven't tried yet. Yeah, I know what I'm going to find, but it'll just be a cool thing. All right, do I have any square templates? Now I have this, which is definitely heading in the right direction. This is one of the custom templates that was made for me by AirSick Stencils. And this has got some cool circuit boardy type stuff in it, but I think I'm gonna mess with something else. James, what's going on? Yeah, see those yeah, I have no doubt. I also have this one too. I can't wait to use this. I haven't had a chance. So AirSick they were amazing. So I'd ordered some stencils from them. I used them in a feed, and they were fantastic, because I had mentioned I was always looking for really small stencils, so they custom cut these for me. This is one of their gear templates, but it's a lot bigger when you buy it. But they cut this for me special, and I just cannot wait to use it. So it'll be something real cool and steampunky. Like, I wish this was the time to use it, but it is not, unfortunately. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to have to, I don't have any real rectangles. They're small. What I'm looking for is I'm going to start to paint in some components. I have circle templates. That's not a problem, but rectangles I don't have. So let's cut one then. I can't show that one because that's one of the 543s from next week. All right. I have this piece of, this is a piece of just harder cardstock. Actually, this is color line paper. This is actually kind of nice paper, but it's got stuff all over it, so I can use it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a couple rectangles to start putting in some of these components. What I'll do is I'll paint in the components and then put all the tracing in after. That will make more sense because then I don't have to try to, it's easier to paint in all the tracings than to try to work the components in around the tracing. So it should make my life really easy here and draw this out first. James has been real busy too. I haven't been able to catch any of his feeds lately, but he does a lot of feeds as well on Facebook. Very, very busy dude. So it's really cool. Using a lot of that clear armor. Paints a lot of tumblers. Just finished a bike too. Really nice stuff. So that's the rectangle I'll use for that. I'll put them in anyway. I was going to say there aren't any square components, but I'll cut a square here too, so I'm sure I'll be able to find something PCB-like. And might as well, since I'm doing it, on this side, here, cut out a little resistor capacitor type template. Anything else? Looks good? Yeah, why not? We'll do a little bit wider version of that. Like that. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. Zoom you guys in when I cut all this crap out. All right. Just slide this over a little bit more. Hold on. Oy! I'm going to crush that. Okay. Really should save this. This is the other side of that cutout. If I save it, like I just leave it there and just don't cut on top of it, I might be able to use it later as a back mask, which will be nice. All right. See how I've never used this stuff as a template, so I don't know how it's going to cut. So first we'll just wing it and see how it goes. Timothy John Luke Smith is rolling over right now that I'm using color line paper as a piece of scrap paper. Tim does a lot of his work on color line paper. It's a really nice I don't know, actually I've never looked it up. I've never looked up specifically what they intend it for. Tim does a lot of his, all of his ink airbrush work on this paper. It's fairly smooth, so I don't think it's a pastel paper, although I don't know for sure. And it's, it comes in, like most quality papers, it comes in different thicknesses. This is the harder one, almost a cardstock one. Dwayne, what's up, man? This one. Yeah, this cuts really, really well. So it's the only way. I mean, the only way I can describe it is I can feel that it's cutting clean. If the paper has a lot of uneven fiber in it, it won't cut clean. You can feel it. It's all over the road. But this, no matter where I'm cutting, it feels the same. So that's a good sign. This is a little bit thicker than I would normally use for a template, though. So fortunately, I'm not doing a whole bunch with it, so don't worry about that. There we go. And this square and rectangle. So I cut in a heavy cardstock like this. I'll cut a little bit beyond the lines that I drew, so that way it comes out clean. If I cut just to the line, what happens is, because the knife is at an angle like this, the blade is at this angle, when I go to cut it, the bottom of it won't be cut, or the top of it won't be cut. So I cut a little bit beyond, so I make contact through the whole thing. You can do that on a pretty simple template. On a more complex template, like some of the 543 templates, I can't do that. If I cut through, you'll actually see the cross at the end, because they're so, you know, controlled, I guess. All right, that should be good. I got a little bit of resistor action going on, and I got a little bit of PCB action, so we should have enough. I have a circle template somewhere, so I don't need that to cut that, which is good, because cutting small circles really sucks. They just don't come out very good. Nothing like a good laser cut circle, you know, or a draftsman circle template. Okay, so we're gonna line this up straight, because I want these to be all this way. I want these all to be vertical. So let me start with the rectangles. I'll put a couple of these little whatever they are in. For that, I'm going to use like a gray. So let me get rid of the green. Get rid of the green. Also, if you want to win some of those paintings, those 543s, you have a couple more weeks to get in on it before we reset the schedule, and then everyone's back in. So everyone who won last year, well, this year in 2022, was ineligible to win more than one. So we just kind of put them in the winner's circle for the year. So as soon as the week of or the week after the first of the year, I'm going to reset that. So if you want a better chance to win, now's the time to get over on the YouTube or on the Facebook feed, which is going to be Monday, and get your suggestions in for that. All right, green is out. So I'm going to take the white again. The white, a little bit of white. Still some green in there, but it's not going to make a difference. And a little bit of the black. So I want a gray to start. These are going to be pretty dark, but I want to kind of base them in first. I also realized I was running around this morning, so I wasn't really painting this morning. I thought I was finished painting because I forgot about the feed. So I have civilian clothes on, and civilian clothes for an artist means there's no paint on them. So I was just mixing this color, and I was like a millisecond away from wiping the paintbrush on my unpainted pants. And if you're an artist, you know that having clothes without paint on them is a super rarity. So I'm glad I caught myself before I had another pair of painty pants. I have plenty of painty pants. I don't need more. All right, so there it is. Good. That's a good dark gray. So that's going to be the top of my little PCB boards there, whatever they are. Forgive me for not knowing. I'm glad Marge is here. She's working. I'm glad she's not listening to this, because she'd be like cringing. It's like, don't talk about stuff. I meant to ask, was there a Tech Tuesday missed a couple weeks ago? Yeah, Simon, I missed. There was should be a bunch of missed Tech Tuesdays. Unfortunately, for a while there, that was the one thing that I let go when I was too busy. But that is all set. So I'm back up to speed with all my Tech Tuesdays. My wife buys me civilian clothes. She's always mad at me. Yeah, Trevor, I know, what can we do? I mean, it's I know. It's tough though. It's tough. Oh, it does. Oh, makes me so angry though. Like right now, like I have a shirt without paint on it. I know when I did and when you guys see me, when I switch back to say goodbye, I have my Createx sweatshirt on, which has, oops, sorry, knocking that around. I have my Createx sweatshirt, which has a ton of paint all over it. And yet the other day I had a civilian shirt on from home, from Massachusetts. No kidding. I wasn't paying attention and I got white paint all over it. I was pissed. I'm like, come on, man. All right, so let's put another one of these kind of right next to it, a little bit farther over. And I'm totally making this up. I know this isn't right, but so my sister-in-law works for, she works for Dell now, the computer company. Her company was bought out by Dell, and it's cute when you ask her what she does. Her job is to break things. She's in the department of, kind of like testing all the stuff that they're building, and her job is to break them. So if she can break them, then they have to come up with something different. Oh yeah, Simon. No, like I said, Tech Tuesday, I like doing them. And they're super short, usually under 10 minutes long. But when something goes sideways during the week, that's always the first thing to go, unfortunately. But like I said, I think I've got a handle on it now. All right, so I've got those in. That's good. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I can do with gray, and there really isn't. So I'm going to leave the gray in there because I'm going to jump back to that. So I'll use the other brush for the other bits and pieces. So for the other bits and pieces, these little resistors and capacitors and all that fun stuff, I'm going to do those with white first because they're pretty bright colors. And by priming them essentially with white first, I'll just save myself a bunch of effort. So I've got those two guys in there. Let me put I'll put a row of these over here. Yep, that works. So what I do to get them in line, so I can't see through the cardboard, I just find the one I just did and then just slide it over. And then I don't have to really see it, but I know it's lined up. And same deal again. Three of those are going to work. We'll do four. So I think less is going to be more for this. I don't want to put a whole bunch of this stuff on here because I don't want it to be too busy. But I will put one of these guys down here, whatever this is. Nice. And I think I gotta get a circle in there somewhere too. So let's put, those aren't circles. Do they fall on the floor? That's really what I want to know. There we go. Yeah, it's not circle either. That's a circle. All right. Put the circle right here. This one should be silver, and it will be, but for now it'll be white. That works. Lee, what's up? Chris, thank you, Lee. Thank you. I haven't had even a second to, I mean, I'm doing all this stuff for it, but I haven't even a second to think about it. My daughter's birthday is Sunday, which is exciting. I'll be home for that. I haven't been home for my daughter's birthday since I moved in the pandemic. Just because her birthday is a week before Christmas, so usually I was, well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that, because I've been in Massachusetts for Christmas before I moved to Ohio every year. So, so I think, I don't know, it's just been crazy. So this year I'm actually going to be there for her birthday, which is exciting. Haven't even written a card yet. That's all right, Lee. It's totally all right. What do I want to do now? Do I want to do some of the traces? Honey is here. I think Honey's here. Oh, it's already been 50 minutes. Holy roly! All right, what I would do next is I would color all these. Like I'd make that silver. I'd make those whatever color they're going to be, light green, orange. I don't know. That would be like blue. I think those are going to be. I'd bring those down a little bit and make them darker to give them a little bit of form. But I'm not going to do that with you guys right now. I'm just going to put some of the tracings in so you can kind of see something before we end, because I didn't realize we were flying. I got those sorted, so I consider smug. All right, so fortunately, Createx is killing it with these opaque colors. So this is opaque limelight green, and this will work really, really well for these tracings. I'm pretty sure this is going to work right out of the bottle. I won't have to add any white to it because it's an opaque color, but we'll try it out. We'll see. The rumor is that their Scenics line, which is their it's a heavy duty like industrial type paint. It's same colors and stuff like that, but it's designed to just be really bulletproof. So they're folding that into this wicked opaque line. So we'll have all those scenic colors now with the opaque line. So I'm excited about that. Again, streamlining is a good thing. I'm just mixing this up because I haven't used limelight in a while, but there it is. It's a great, great color. I don't get a lot of chance to use it. It's very man-made. You know what I mean? It feels like it's man-made. So I don't get a whole bunch of chance to use it. All right. So what I'm going to do, first we'll try it with just straight, see how it goes. Again, this is designed to be painted with a airbrush. Actually, you know what? Looking at the tracings, they have a lot. It's actually more pale than this. I'm going to try it out here and see what it looks like. If it looks too crazy, yeah, it's a little bit too yellow when you put it on the green. Like that. Or does it? It does. All right. So I'm going to add some white to it. So I'll do that on, you guys can see, yeah, palette down here. So yeah, see, as soon as you add a little bit of white to it, it looks more like the tracings that are really there. May add even a little bit more white to this. Huh. Maybe a little bit of phthalo green to it too. So this might be more of a complex color than I thought. Again, I'm definitely overthinking this, but that's okay. Oh yeah, it was phthalo green that was missing. All right, here we go. Let me do the other side over here and I'll show you the difference. So this is with a little bit of phthalo green in it. Now that knocks out the yellow. That's just what it needed. So it's okay with this one because I can just go over it, and again, everything in here is opaque, so it works out well. The other thing I did or did not do, which is intentional, is there'll be a shadow along this whole edge. So I do that after, obviously, I do all the tracings and all the details, because then everything gets shaded together. So if I do the shading first, then all this stuff stays on top, and we don't want that. Oh, it's the other thing I screwed up on. Okay, no problem. And Lee, I haven't got the silver yet. I need the silver. What I'll do is, since I'll be gone for a couple of weeks and I won't have this done, I will order the silver while I'm gone. But the silver I'm going to use for all the little tabs of this component right here, and there's a little, I don't know, these things are, this guy's silver too. So I think that might work out really well. I'm at the point now where, you know, I mean, Marge is staying here because she has the girls on Christmas, her girls. So she's going to hang here. So if I do place an order, you know, she'll be here to get it. So I'm not overly worried about that. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I will order it now and then just have it waiting when I get back. That could be good. Honey, you missed it. This is the same cookie from Monday. I aborted. I was like, you know what? Too many things were going wrong with that as far as, you know, thinking it was from Marge's mom and, you know, finding out 15 minutes before the feed that it was from my lovely sister-in-law. I'm like, you know what? It's not looking the way I wanted it to look. It's the wrong person. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just cut my losses and redo it. I know, Lee. I've been awful. I try to consolidate my my Amazon stuff, which is where I'll get it from. So I was trying to consolidate my Amazon orders, and that was on my Amazon order. So I think that'll be the next one. I hear footsteps.
It's a figment of your imagination.
It's the Marjorie.
No, are you doing a recording or a feed or what?
I'm doing a live feed.
Oh crap! I'm so sorry.
Oh, because no one wants to see you.
No, they really don't.
They do.
I have your lunch.
Marjorie has my lunch. It's good timing because I'm going to probably button it up in about 5
Can
minutes.
we take it upstairs or leave it down here?
Did you already have yours?
No.
Oh, then.
But I gotta work.
Oh.
I'll eat mine while I work.
Oh, fine. Then I'll eat mine while I work too.
Alright, where do you want it? You can come upstairs.
No, you can put it on the desk. That's fine.
Alright, I'm putting it on your chair.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi everybody. Bye everybody.
They're all yelling hi.
Bye guys.
So that's the other thing that happened. So Marge called me because we you know, the art cave is in one part of the house and she's working in the other, and it's easier to run up and down stairs all the time. So she called me and said, hey, you know, I'm going to grab some, you know, whatever, milk and going to go grab some lunch. Do you want anything? And I'm like, yeah, it sounds great. So she's out, and, you know, we live in a real rural area. Nothing's real super close. So as I'm standing here and Simon is texting me saying, hey, you doing the feed? I'm like, oh crap, lunch is coming too. So that's what's going on there. I know, Travis, I'm telling you, I am a lucky guy. All right. So you get the idea now. And even without all the other stuff, like that's going to be much better than the other one. I mean, I want to do the other one now because I you know, I got the ball rolling on the whole quilt idea, like a little quilted gingerbread ornament dude. So I'll find these little things somewhere, or a reasonable facsimile of this, and I will do one for Marge's mom. But this one will be fun to do for Lori Ann, and it's going to come out really well. So let me zip you guys out a little bit so you can get the whole feel for this. Obviously, there is no rush for me to get this done because there's no way I can get it done before I leave. No, I'm not even going to bring it with me because, like Lee and I were just talking about, I'm going to order that Molotow silver refill, and that will be my silver for this. So I'm going to finish this when I get back. So I might work more on this live. I'm not sure. I might just knock it out, but we'll see what happens. That's what I got. So let me switch you guys around. Yeah, so this is the, my hair is all crazy too. This is my Createx covered in paint sweatshirt, but that's my civilian shirt, so I don't want to get paint on that, and my civilian pants, which I don't want to get paint on those either. And that's what we got. So again, thank you for jumping in. Thank you for the new subscribers. I love you guys already, and girls. the week is looking, like I said, we're going to try to keep it as normal as possible. The only thing I'm going to miss is next Thursday's live feed on YouTube. That's not going to happen, but that is literally right before Christmas, so I think everyone's going to have their hands full anyway. However, the Monday feeds are all on, and I'm doing that specifically because we need to give away a bunch of paintings before the end of the year. So that's the goal there. So Monday Facebook is normal. Open Studio is normal through the end of the year. That drops on drops on Wednesday, and Tech Tuesdays are all lined up for the rest of the year as well. So they drop on Tuesdays. I think that's it. I really do. So if I don't see you all, have a most wonderful holiday, however you choose to celebrate it, or and also, you know, just if you're hanging out with your family, that's the holiday in itself for most people. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. I hope the weekend is great for you. Be nice to people, take care of everyone, and yeah, that's what I got. So I will catch you guys all on the next one. Thanks very much for hanging out.